Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to a special bonus episode of Fake Plastic Tree Fingers. I am John.
I'm Brannick.
We're going to be talking about motion picture soundtrack. We're actually going to be reacting to some of the different versions of motion picture soundtrack that have been released in the last few years in quasi-official capacity. But the reason we're focusing on this one for this video is it's really one of your favorite tracks, right?
Yeah. It's one of my favorite tracks off of Kid A, and it's one of my favorite Radiohead tracks in general. I've always loved the organ, and it's always just been a very pretty song to me. So, and I know you said that you have never really liked the Kid A version.
Yeah. I think what I'm trying, it's not that I don't like it necessarily. It's just, to me, I thought it was going to go a much different direction when they put a studio version out. And so it's interesting for me now to go back and listen to these early versions of it and kind of think about the evolution of it. But also now, because you've never heard any of these versions, to share this with you so that you have an idea of where I'm coming from, right? So it's an interesting comparison to think, like, I heard it in this grainy, like, bootleg. It was just Thom and a guitar. That was the version I knew for a few years, and then they put out the version on Kid A, and it was very different from that.
Yeah.
And actually more ways than just that kind of the different arrangement, right? And you'll see that when you hear it. So what we're going to do is we're going to listen to what I'll refer to as the Rockville version and this is the version the one I knew for years. This is the one that's found on MiniDiscs Hacked on disc 3 at about 1 minute and 10 seconds. So we're going to listen to some of that. And then stay tuned, because after that, we'll discuss that one briefly, and then we're going to listen to a couple of the other versions that were kind of maybe studio versions or studio demo versions that have also been released in various capacities. So, ready for this, Brannick?
Yeah, let's go.
All right. Here's Rockville.
White wine and sleeping pills.
White wine versus red
already
wine.
different.
Help me get back to your arms. Cheap sex and sad films. Help me get
It's like it's a little faster.
where I belong.
Yeah. This version,
Yeah.
I'd say
I
so.
think you're crazy. Maybe I think you're crazy.
Does it already feel different being on a guitar?
Yeah, it doesn't. I feel like it sounds a lot different. It's
Yeah.
not the same.
Stop sending letters. Letters always get
It's a
burned.
different verse right here.
Do you kind of feel like how it was?
It's not
Surprising.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. To hear it like Kid A. But yeah, this verse wasn't even on the Kid. Isn't even on the Kid A version.
White lie. I think you're crazy. Maybe I think you're crazy. Maybe I will see you in the next Beautiful angel pulled apart at birth.
Another new verse right here.
Yeah.
Limbless and helpless, I can't even recognize you. I think you're crazy.
The second verse was the same.
Oh.
I got mixed up. The second verse was the same. This verse is the new verse.
I don't
this out, you know, like
Yeah, I
full
can
rock
see
band
that.
style.
Yeah.
That's what I thought it was gonna be, you know.
Yeah.
You just had to go Kid A on me.
I will see you in the next life.
Yeah, so that's the that is the version that for years I thought was going to be, you know, like that was how I conceived of
Yeah.
this song, is like this like grainy, you know, MP3 back in the early days of the internet floating around, and you know, it's just like, oh, this is going to be like the big like huge like, you know, like lighter in the air ballad or something
Yeah.
like that, something corny like that, right? And you know, and then they went, it was just like, what is this on Kid A? It was like
Yeah.
it was like the Kid A, the cherry on the strange cherry on top of Kid A. So what did you think? Just reaction to that, Brannick?
Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. You know, I think it is a very interesting, different version, and I liked it a lot. I'm not sure I like it more than the version on Kid A, but I still think I still think it's a good version. And you know, I feel like they could have taken aspects from that and added it to, you know, the other version on Kid A. You know, I think that would have been interesting. Maybe jam out to it a bit. You know,
Yeah.
maybe let it sprawl. You know, but I mean, I liked it. I think I still do prefer the, you know, the Kid A version, but I still think it's you know, it's in the way that like I just love that song so much that I think almost every version of that song I'll love. You know.
Yeah, so the third verse is beautiful angel pulled apart at birth, limbless and helpless, I can't even recognize you, right? So they just completely cut that from
Yeah.
the Kid A version. So, but yeah, you know, it's you know, I can totally feel where you're coming from. Like you know, the version you heard the first time, it just blew you away.
Yeah.
You love that song, and to you, it's like perfect as it is. So why would you want to go back to one of these demo versions? So it's interesting, like the inverse of that, when you've heard this version and you just can't wait to hear like the full studio version of it, then you're like, that was nothing like what I expected it to sound like.
Yeah, and I feel like Radiohead are kind of the masters of that.
That's what they do.
Yeah.
You got Radiohead. You got Radiohead.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's listen to a couple of other versions here. This one is a little bit more of a studio version, it's like a rehearsal, I think, from, and this one's on MiniDiscs Hacked disc 2, and around the 29:36 mark. So let me get over here. 29:36. All right. Probably won't listen to this whole thing, but interesting little whatever it is they're doing there, right?
Yeah. Kind of sounds like a little effect on the guitar.
Yeah. This one.
Yeah.
I mean, this could be like a really cool live jam. Like,
yeah.
But Radiohead doesn't like do jams in that way, so
yeah. So it's like weird electronic stuff.
Yeah. It's just got such a nice groove, you know. See people like slow dancing to this song, you know.
well.
Yeah. It's such a guitar, like a great guitar song. That's the thing that
Yeah.
kills me.
I will see you.
I love the little.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
You can tell it's a rehearsal. So those
Yeah.
beats aren't quite tuned. Yeah. So jump ahead here a little bit. Nice little organ in there.
Yeah.
Kind of kitchen sink approach. There's a lot of everything
Yeah.
in there.
Yeah.
Kind of jamming out to it now.
Yeah.
All right. So that's the second. What did you think of that one?
I like that one a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like I could see that one just if they had done that studio version, like, you know, they jam out for like what they're doing there, like when we stopped it, they were jamming out for a bit, and then they, you know, I feel like this isn't something Radiohead would do, but I feel like almost every other band would do it. They'd have like a super epic guitar solo, you know, and you know, I like that version a lot. I think it sounds. I think it's. I like that one a lot. You know, I actually think I might like that a bit more than the Kid A one. But yeah, I like that one a lot. I love the synths in that. I loved how the organ came in. I love that opening guitar part. I thought that sounded really good, and it did sound very like garagey, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that one a lot. It sounded really nice, and I think it's another interesting thing they could have done with it.
Yeah, it's a cool one for sure. And I love, I love that it wasn't just a straightforward like rock arrangement. Like it wasn't just like they played a bunch of other instruments along with Tom's Rockville version. They had that little like it's almost like kind of a reggae thing, like a really slowed down reggae sort of thing, which is interesting, you know.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the third version, and this is another very interesting approach to it. So and this is off the OK Not OK white cassette.
Distorted piano.
Yeah. It's this song has such an incredible melody. It's so good.
It is, yeah.
And just like let that thing just draw that thing out as long as you want.
Yeah.
Red wine and sleep.
Tom's pretty loud there.
Yeah.
Help me get back to your arms. Cheap sex and sad films. Help me get where I belong. I think you're crazy. Maybe I think you're crazy. Maybe.
Anyway, so that's the solo piano version. What'd you think of that one?
Yeah, I think that's probably my least favorite so far.
Yeah.
You know, it's not as I feel like epic as the last two,
Mm-hmm.
or as epic as the one on Kid A. You know, I didn't hate it, but it just wasn't my favorite of those. You know, I really can't dislike a version of motion picture soundtrack at all.
I know.
So I still did enjoy it, but I don't think it's one that I would I don't think I would wanted them to have you know, maybe done something with that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. It is. It's just a beautiful song as it is,
Yeah.
and you know, just despite the arrangement, I surely would have loved, like, you know, as I say, I envisioned the, you know, the rock, like, not fast, but like just kind of a, like, you know, like the version that approaches closest to what I had envisioned was the second one we listened to, right?
Yeah.
The full band version, and even that would have been a little surprising to me if I'd heard that for the first time on, you know, on Kid A. But
Yeah, I feel like it would have been kind of out of place on there.
yeah, it's just funny to me. Like, Radiohead is the kind of band that will have these incredible songs that you're just like, you know, like, this is like one of the best songs I've ever heard.
Yeah.
All you've heard is the Thom and a guitar, and then you just expect them to do this amazing thing, and they end up doing something completely, like, out of left field with
Like
it.
follow you around. Yeah.
Right, you know. Well, Follow You Around literally was just like Tom's
Yeah.
like, okay, here you go, I'm playing an acoustic guitar. There you
Yeah,
go.
literally.
No, but I mean, like, with, you know, with this is the kind of song where you're like, you know, you expect it to be like this big, like, rock version with just like this, like, long, like, Johnny has like some epic solo, you know, and you're just
Yeah.
like, bawling by the end of it, and
Yeah.
you know,
Has gorgeous strings.
yeah, and then they do what they did on Kid A, which again is a beautiful version. It just, to this day, it's like, it's not how I hear that song, and
Yeah.
so
Yeah, and I can see that. You know, the first way you hear a song is always the way you're gonna hear it. You know, ever again. So for me, it kind of feels weird hearing these versions after I've heard the Kid A version like probably around like 50 times or so. You know, it feels kind of weird hearing that.
yeah,
So, but nonetheless, I did enjoy all those versions, especially the second one. I think that was probably my favorite that I hadn't heard before today.
cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, if you enjoyed this, please hit that like button. Please subscribe to our channel, Beards of Kentucky. Fake Plastic Tree Fingers is our Radiohead thing on the Beards of Kentucky channel. And check us out. Check out our other stuff on Radiohead. We've got multiple videos on Radiohead, so please check them out on our channel.
Yeah, do that. And leave a comment below about what was your favorite one that we played.
Yeah, what's your favorite version? Do you prefer the Kid A version, or do you want like one of those three better? So,
Yeah.
or is it one of the other ones that's on the motion picture? If there's other versions out there, let us know.
Yeah.
So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Talk at you next time.
See ya.